So we want to shift gears now and actually talk about things more specifically to Black Rock City. The first half of this plenary, we wanted to kind of zoom out to talk about what's going on in the world. What are we going to be 10 years from now? And now we want to talk about changes and updates to things that relate to our dear city. I know the global pandemic is top of mind, but we'll get through this, and I think we really believe that once we do, we'll be able to build an even better Black Rock City. So there's been a lot of work being done over the past 2 years with cultural direction setting. I think a lot of people have tuned into the things we've written. We've been trying to communicate and bring you along this journey that we're on, and also get engagement and input from folks in our community along the way. So I'm going to hand it now to Trippi and Simone Torrey, who is the lead facilitator for the Cultural Direction Setting project. And we have several theme camp leaders, placement team members, and other folks from our community that'll be sharing all the information. So Trippi and Simone, welcome back, Trippi. And hello, Simone.
It's nice to be back. I'm going to share my screen. Can you guys see that? Oh, I can't see my own screen. Where did it go? Resume share.
Double click. It says double click.
Double click. Okay, let me try this again. Simone, why don't you introduce yourself while I get this working?
Hi, everyone. I'm Simone. I'm a conflict transformation facilitator. I've been working with Burning Man Project since the beginning of 2018. You probably just heard my little one in the background, who's actually a playa baby. I met my husband at my first burn in 2016, and Burning Man has taken over my life since then. It's great to be here today.
Awesome. And you guys still know me. I'm still the same person. And you might hear the microwave in the background as food needs to be eaten. So we're here to give a quick intro to cultural direction setting, and then we're going to be turning things over to the amazing team of folks who've been involved for the past many months. So here we go. So just a reminder of what this is. This project has been going strong since October 2018 when we launched. And we've been trying to come up with clear vision, clear cultural direction, clear guidance, clear policies, and a clear path forward for residential Black Rock City, i.e. camps, i.e. all of us. So that's what we've been up to. We started off and we have continued on with this group of leaders. We have their names here. We even had Larry Harvey with us in the beginning, which was really fabulous as we got this project off the ground. And what we started off with was bringing together this fabulous group of people who Simone's going to tell you about.
We brought together a group of 19 people, 13 of which were current or past theme camp leads. And you can see the ones in blue are the theme camp related people. And we really crafted this group very carefully to make sure that there's different perspectives present. So we have, kind of the tensions baked into the group. Next. So this is what we did with what we called phase one, or the visioning group. We did a whole lot of community engagement through all the means you can see here on the screen, which means we've collected about 10,000 data points, which we use throughout cultural direction setting. And in a 1 year, process, we came up with this, which was really a collaborative process. We came up with this cultural vision, which we very strongly invite you to read if you haven't yet. So the vision was really meant to be both aspirational and practical. This document continues to serve as a guidepost. It served us throughout the next step in the process that Trippi will be talking about, to really inform the practical solutions that we've been working on. And the vision is supposed to be a guidepost for the next 10 years, and set a course for our future, for our cultural future in the residential part. So Trippi, you know, a lot of people have complained after we released the vision that it wasn't practical enough. So tell us more about the practical side.
Yeah, we needed the vision first. We needed that guiding document in order to work on the practicals. So we published the vision in July, and then Simone and I got to work pulling together over 80 people into these groups that you see on the screen. We had a group on the placement team's identity. We had a group about theme camp criteria, support camps, the placement process, tickets for camps, convenience camps and the 10 principles, strengthening our neighborhoods, transparent communication to residents, camp citizenship beyond the trash fence, and we hope to start our open camping group soon. So we pulled all the threads from the vision and all the places where we saw that the practicalities needed to come next, and we put them into these great groups. And here's a lovely photo of many of these folks who've been involved. And you can see their names here. We put the camps in blue again. And I'm not going to go through them all, but I think the thing to note is that like in the first phase with our visioning work, we really tried to bake in the different perspectives and the tensions into these groups. So for instance, with the theme camp criteria group, we wanted a bunch of people who thought different things about what the theme camp criteria should be. So we really wanted to pull all that together so that they would be kind of this microcosm of the community who would do this work behind the scenes of pulling from the surveys, pulling from the community engagement that we did, and having a lot of discussion. So here are all the folks that were involved, so many amazing people. And Simone's going to tell us a little bit more about the process that they went through.
So as Trippi said, 80 plus people, of which 40 theme camp leads, 15 placers, and then a lot of Burning Man staff and artists. So we have that cross-fertilization between different departments. 4 facilitators, so each group, you know, had support in working through their differences and challenges. Weekly or bi-weekly meetings since September, all on Zoom, so we were prepared for this. 2 weekend retreats in person, we got those in. And then one thing I want to talk a little bit more about is what we call looping. So, you know, the placement team is the team that's most affected by all these cultural direction setting changes, and they are sprinkled throughout the groups, but we also have meetings with them to make sure that they get the full picture and they get to input to that and to other groups. Same with the leadership team. You saw the pictures on an earlier slide. We meet with them currently almost weekly to present, and the groups get to meet them and present their solutions and get feedback and input. And that's going to happen until about May. And then communicating back to the community. So we have all these journal posts planned and also a website that summarizes all of the changes. Plus, another thing to talk about is iteration. So post 2020 or 2021 burn, depending on what happens, there will be reflection on the changes we've implemented. We'll be gathering feedback from you all. We'll be, you know, reflecting with people from the process on how did it work? Did it work? And how do we need to pivot? So all of these changes are not set in stone.
They sure aren't. And if you're someone who likes a visual, which I sure do, this is just a little look at the process from the earlier stages into our community, you know, rollout of the vision to the groups that have come together to turn that vision into recommended changes. And now, you know, whether we go into Black Rock City 2020 or not, depending on what happens, you know, we feel like the culture is still really important, and we still want to keep carrying on with this long work that we've been doing. This is the long game. This is the long talk. This is the long walk. And so we're still at it. We still feel like it's important, and we want to carry forward.